YouTube? Hey, we got another good one for you guys. We watched the Halo series on Paramount Plus. We watched episodes 3 and 4. So we're going to be doing a review on that. It's going to be hitting the video right after this. Hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment, anything. Thanks. And here's the vid. You know what? What's going on, YouTube? This is Rated H. I'm Hub.
I'm Hunter.
And we did. This is episode what? 8? Yeah, episode 8. We did the the TV show Halo, which is on Paramount Plus. We watched episodes 3 and 4, which came out. 5 comes out tomorrow. If you guys want to watch that, we've been seeing a lot of negative videos and stuff about
Yeah,
the series, which Hunter found
get,
out today, which he wasn't too happy about. So you
getting
people
a
who
lot
are,
of backlash.
yeah,
What's up with that?
you people who put in backlash, man, he's not happy with you guys.
Nah,
Not happy.
it's good. It's got to take place somewhere. Got to give you a background story. I mean, this could go on 10 seasons. You don't know.
Yeah, it's got to start somewhere. Exactly, it has to start somewhere. I mean, you don't want them, like I said, you don't want them going into a Covenant battle and every day you see a different day of the battle. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen like that. Even with the games, I mean, you see like
Mm.
they're trying to go into the Covenant ships and stuff. I mean, they could have went off the games, they could have, but they had to make a story out of it. You gotta
Yep.
prolong it. So maybe season 2 they go off into Halo 1 and you start seeing Halo 1, then it goes to Halo 2, 3, ODST. Maybe they'll do that.
Bring it. Bring out the brutes. You
Yeah,
don't know.
they gotta do something. I mean, you haven't even
Got to
seen a
start slow.
Banshee yet. You haven't seen a Wraith yet. I mean, you haven't seen none of that
Yeah.
yet. So you gotta see
Come
something.
on. Give
Yeah,
it some time. Don't just say it's a 1 star and kick it to the curb. I mean, give it a chance.
because you're
That's why
used
we're
to
here.
yeah, because you're used to everything else. You're used to all these other shows and stuff that go off of the games and stuff like that. So
hmm I love how it's showing, John in his past life, what makes him Master Chief. I love how Cortana gets implemented. You know what I mean? And let's just jump right onto that in this episode 3 of Halo.
yeah, so I mean, so episode 3, that's when you finally meet Cortana, and
Mhm.
Halsey killed the
Halsey's
clone.
clone. Yep.
Yes, to make Cortana, which was, and then if after you're talking to Halsey's clone, she also said that there was also 150 other clones. She's the last one. So what happened to them other clones? You know what I mean? Like, did they disappear? Did they not work? Like, obviously they didn't work because Halsey's the only one that actually lived, and it looked exactly like her. So I mean,
And technically wasn't allowed. That's a no-no. No
yeah,
stem cell research here. Frowned upon.
exactly. So then they have so you get to see Cortana first. I know a lot of people are probably mad that Cortana did not look like Cortana in the movies. She kind of didn't sound like her at the beginning. I think when you get to episode 4, she kind of starts to sound like the actual Cortana.
Yep.
Um,
I
she
like the way she looked. I think they did really good
yeah,
on that AI, if you ask me.
exactly. It wasn't like before how it looked and everything. So I
hmm
feel like that was a little bit better.
I thought
Um,
it was good.
So I think that was one thing. Maybe you guys are mad about. I don't know. I mean, there could be a lot of things you guys are mad about. I'm not too mad with it. I enjoy it. I enjoy
Me too.
watching it.
I
Um,
like how yeah, just it was a clone, and then like literally looking at yourself cloned, and then she has to kill it, take its brain,
yeah,
put it in
exactly.
a chip, give it to Master Chief, and then install it literally into his spine, the back of his skull, which is pretty
Yes,
insane.
yes. It has to. You even see
And
all
you
that
find
too.
out the doctor, the assistant, Halsey's assistant's kind of a weirdo, has a crush on Halsey. He's trying to make out with this thing. Like, what is this
Yeah,
guy
yeah, yeah.
doing?
He was a weird her assistant. Yeah. As soon as she walked in the room, he's like, "Oh, like
Hey, I
yeah."
wasn't making out.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing nothing. You ready? You ready to put this in, John?
Lucky
um,
bastard.
And then you have Kawan. She wants to go back to Magical
Yep.
to help
Rally
fight.
the troops, the
Yes,
rebels.
yes, to
We can't
fight.
just give up.
No, no, you can't just give up. Hell no. She wants to fight the what's his name, Burns or whatever his name is, the actual
Pull
actor,
that up, Eugene.
Venture Grath. She wants to fight him and take over and
Yeah.
help her people live because they're all dying.
Yep.
So she finally gets sworn to take her home because she says she's worth millions.
Millions and billions of dollars.
Quadrillion.
There's no money. You know it. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
it. There's no
there's
money.
but I mean, in episode 4, you do kind of find out that they used to have money, but her dad lost it all because he had to pay
He
for the
sunk it
slave.
everything into the rebels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had to sink money into it eventually. So,
gotta pay
but
people.
back to episode 4. So yeah, I mean, so he thinks Soren's like, yeah, she's got money.
I'll take her.
Yeah, I'll take her. If you're gonna give me money, of course he's gonna take it. He is a bandit. I mean, he's pretty much a
He's a
pirate.
pirate.
Yeah, he wants his money.
Pirate. Exactly.
So
And if you ain't taking me, she's gonna steal your ship anyway.
yeah, because she
So
already
it's like,
tried, and she didn't know how to fix it. And he's like, well, you're taking my favorite ship. It's not happening. But they end up taking it, and
I know. On a sketchy mission, are you taking your favorite ship? Hell no, I'm taking the clunker in the garage. Like, hey, if I lose it, I lose it.
exactly. So
So he goes about it smart. He goes in, parks miles away, sneaks into the facility with her, smuggles her in so he can get
yep,
with her
yep.
people.
Um, they kind of park off site, so because he already knows, like, you gotta park away. You can't park right up on it, and so they go in there.
Scope it out.
Yeah, so they're walking through. She's got her hood on and stuff. They meet one of her friends, and he's like, "Well, you shouldn't be here. I can't even talk to you.
Yeah,
Something's
he's
gonna
weirded
happen."
out. People are watching me.
Yeah, so he's like, "Nah, no chance." Come
Meet me
back.
tonight at this spot. We'll
Yeah,
get all the elders together.
they were there for their father's funeral, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like a remembrance, I guess you could say. That's where she told him to meet him.
Some
Um,
blessings.
yeah, so they get there and she actually meets her. She sees her dad's general, I guess, in much. I think it might even be her aunt. Who knows? I mean, they got to be related somehow.
I don't
Um,
think that was her aunt. I think it was one of
yeah,
the trusted generals or
yeah, it
something. I
was.
believe she said.
So she met the trusted general and found
She's
out
she's
that
like, "Hey, what are we doing?
yeah,
What's the operation? How where are we going from here?" And she goes, We're just trying to survive. We're just trying to live. Like
yep,
there is no more rebels. Like
nope,
you need
yep,
to get that out of your mind."
yep.
And
They're all
then
dead. That's it. Like,
she's like, "Oh, you're a traitor. You all are traitors.
yeah,
My
yeah,
father fought for everybody in here, and
yeah. You guys aren't doing nothing to help him out.
boom,
She ends
then it
up,
gets
yeah, it gets good.
raided.
Yep. So
Gets raided.
they gets raided. They all disappear. What they go to her room pretty
He's
much.
Well, he's trying to get out. He's trying to
Yeah,
get out of there.
Soren is.
He's like, it's time to go. Like, you got raided. There's
Oh,
nothing left to
that's
fight
right.
for.
They go back and the ship's gone. That's what it is.
Yep,
The ship got found. It's getting torn apart. This and that.
yep.
I mean, of
And he
course.
is not happy about that. He supposedly is getting scrapped. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't trust that guy. I can't. I
No.
don't trust nobody. That's what
No.
he tells them. He can't leave.
Yeah, he can't leave. But then he ends up taking that dude's bike and his helmet.
Yeah.
He says, "Give it to me. Like, this is it."
Yep.
Um.
Hey, he's a pirate.
Well, then I think they shift. After that, they shift back to John and Halsey.
Yes.
They're checking out the artifact again. They're trying to figure out what's up with it. So John's
Mhm.
touching it. He finally gets another memory
Because he
that
took
he's
out his
forgotten.
the feelings in his
Yeah,
spine, Rooney.
his
So
pellet, his
his little
emotional
pellet.
pellet.
And
Um,
who takes after?
yeah.
She does the same thing. She takes hers
Yeah,
out.
Kai does. Kai took hers out in episode
Kai.
4, right at the beginning. So you'll see that too in episode 4.
Yep.
So what? So they touched the artifact. He finds another memory, and it's actually where he thinks the second artifact is, and it's on his home planet, at
Yep.
Edgereth 2.
And that's whenever Cortana starts playing a role. She kind of introduces herself to the other Spartans, the Silver
Yes.
Team. He doesn't like that. He's like, AI off. You're disrespecting me. This isn't the
Yep.
time or
Yep.
place. And
Yep.
Cortana's like, I'm just trying to help out. It's like she's like a baby. She still doesn't understand human emotions and anything with that. So
No.
I kind of I kind of like how they're playing into it. That's why a lot of people are
Yes,
back
it's
in the Halo
new.
series. It's like, they both got to work together and it's new to her. She's a
Yeah.
baby. She's trying to,
Cause
get her memory up,
I
trying to
think it
figure
what?
out emotions. But the way Halsey has her is like basically a spy, which I don't
Yeah.
like that at all. So it's like, it's like, oh, because of the series, the Halo game series, like Cortana and Master Chief are like, yeah, that's his
But
girl. And in the series, it's like she's kind of like a traitor. Like I don't know.
I
It's
think
mixed emotions for me. What do you think, Hub?
but honestly, you don't know though because like in Halo 1, you get right into it like Cortana's his best friend. So you don't know what
Yeah,
happened whenever he first got it. So maybe this is how it happened,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Which is nice. And no one ever ever
Yeah,
thinks about that. They're just like, "Oh, well, that's not how
exactly.
Cortana is." I mean, I played Halo 1. I know what happened, like, but you don't. You don't know what happened
You
before.
don't.
And
And
that's
that's
what
what I
sucks.
I like the series because it explains all that. You can't just be like, "Ah, this series is garbage." It's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
I like that because I
Yep.
was curious about that too. I was like,
Yep.
"Oh, were they just best friends?" And he was not adamant about it at all. I mean,
No, and that's I think it was a good way to play it off,
yep,
honestly. So wait, so he touches that artifact. He tells Cortana like,
gets more
go away.
visions.
Yeah, get out of here. He gets more
Yeah,
visions.
get out of here. I
Yep.
don't need you. And then he's sitting there trying to look up, on the internet. And she goes, "If you help, hey, I can help you. If you tell me what you're looking for, instead of
Yep.
you trying to figure it out on your own, like I am a supercomputer. You just tell me what's up, and I'll
Yep.
find it." And he's like, "I don't know." She's like, "Trust me. Let's see what we're going on here."
Yep.
And he does. And that's
Yep.
when he gets the next clue. He's getting some little flashbacks to like that's the planet.
Yep.
That's my planet. Let's go. I'm
Yep.
going. I'm going regardless.
Yep.
And Halsey's like, well, he might get more visions. We need to babysit him, so
Yeah, we
we're
need
all
him too.
going.
Yep. Yep. So they all go. Which I mean, it turns out to be good. I mean, he gets there and then he finds his house,
Yep.
and then what Soren and then he gets back to Kawan, and they actually send an assassin to kill Kawan because they found out where she
Yeah.
was. But
That
Soren comes in
was
right
what's
at
his
the
name?
time.
Vinshire Grath.
Yeah. So Soren comes in just right in time and shoots her, and she jumps out the window. So they get away. Um, I don't know what
Yeah.
like Kawan, what role she's really playing in this movie. You know what I mean? It's like an offset. Like,
Yeah, I don't know who. Maybe it's just part of the story, the suspense, the
yeah,
drama. These are new characters.
yeah,
Keep it moving, keep the storyline going on. So it's
well,
not
it
all
did
about
play.
Master Chief.
Yeah, it did play into Master Chief, like finding memories and stuff, and like going against everybody. Which that I mean, I get that. I just I still don't see like what it's
But
supposed to be
Quan
doing.
went to her aunt's house, and her aunt's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
we got no money. There is no money. You need to leave. You have a warrant out for your arrest. You got
yeah,
a price on your
yeah.
head."
A bounty. Yep,
And sure enough, this assassin shows up. This bad chick with a samurai sword, just slicing people to
yep,
pieces. Kills her aunt. Her aunt's, Quan's heartbroken, and then, like you said, he comes in and
yeah. Right in the nick of time, shoots her.
yep, nicks her shoulder. She
Yep,
falls out the window, gone.
just
Now
running.
that everybody knows what's going on.
Yep, and then it shifts back to John,
Yep.
and it kind of like almost where it almost ends pretty much because I mean, and then in the beginning of the episode you see McKee, you see how she becomes a chosen one with the Covenants. She had like a almost like a
Yes.
boyfriend, might have been a brother, who knows.
Who
Um,
knows? Reading her stories.
yeah, reading her stories, and he gets killed, and then the Covenant
Yeah.
come down
That
and
was I wonder what planet they were on, but it was basically like it looked like Wally, a planet filled with just trash, and everybody was working for it looked like UNSC. That's what it looked like to me. Like they were working for somebody.
they're actually on magical. It says here.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. So that ties in that. That's
Yep.
why, she hates everybody. The Covenant comes in years ago trying to find some type of artifact or whatever it may
Yep. And
be.
the artifact was actually McKee.
It was
That's
her.
that's who they were
Yep.
looking for.
The chosen one.
Yep.
And
So
that's basically her background.
yep.
So from that time on, you could tell she's with the Covenant.
Yep.
They
So
raised her, taught her everything she knew.
yeah, so they actually bring the hunters out right in that episode too. How she gets on the UNSC ship. Um, the I guess you can call them worms or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them. I mean,
Yeah, they're basically a bunch of tremors, bunch
yeah,
of worms. We're
yeah.
thinking that's what the hunters are made up out of.
Which and if you watch the games and stuff, you could tell they're made out of the like bottoms of their shoes and stuff, like their feet. You could tell, and their legs. You could tell they're kind of made out of worms and stuff. So that happens.
Crazy.
That's kind of where you tell McKee's she's trying to get the magical and get the artifact back
Yep.
herself.
Off of Demon.
Yep. So like you said in like episode 4, that's when Kai takes out her emotional suppressor. Um,
Yep.
yeah. So she
And
she knew exactly
she's
where
on
it
a
was
power
because she
trip. Yep.
watched John do it. So she's like, I'm gonna do it. She took hers out.
Now
Um,
she's acting strange.
yeah, which everybody kind of starts to see. 'Cause she also dyes
Starts
her
dyeing
hair
her hair.
with the
Yeah.
grease, the red grease after she's building the gun, her sniper. Which I
Yep.
thought was, I mean, I think it's pretty cool that they got other Spartans kind of bringing them into it too. Other people
I
maybe
like
they
it.
don't like it
And
because
then
you see Master
you
Chief talk.
so they start working with the other who is that? Halsey's daughter.
Yeah, Miranda
Whenever
Keys.
Halsey and John is away
Miranda
at his home
Keys.
planet. Yep.
Admiral Morrow,
And
correct. She tells him
they're
Keys. Yep.
yep, she's what's her name there? Riz is talking about the needler. She's like, "Oh, this is my, she's not acting like a normal Spartan because
Yeah,
she took
Kai.
her
Kai.
things off." Kai,
Yep,
and
yep.
she like, "Oh, this is a needler. This is crazy.
This
This
is
is
my favorite
this and
gun.
this and that." And then starts talking in Covenant. I'm like, "Oh, wait,
Saga
would you say
Halera,
that
whatever
word?"
it is.
Yeah, and then you're like, "Oh, I should have known the." I can't think of her name.
Kai
The
or Miranda Keys, the doctor.
Yeah, the doctor was just
Miranda
like, "Oh,
Keys.
you guys spend time with, the Covenant more than anybody. I should have done this years ago. You know their language for the most part, bits
Yeah.
and pieces, and they're working back and forth, and then it gives you more of a background on Silver Team,
Yep.
where they came from, how Halsey,
Yeah.
she's
And
jealous of, the Spartans. She's like,
yeah,
"Oh, you should be jealous of me." And what
that's
what they
where.
do? They
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
That's where
No, I
Keys
was,
kind of she kind of learns like she shouldn't judge them as much as she did. 'Cause she didn't want anything to do with them
yeah,
because that was Halsey's like pet, like, and
yep.
she had nothing to do with it. So I think
And
that's where like
she didn't treat them like humans.
humans,
She
yeah,
treated them like, AI. And she's telling you like, "Oh, we all had animals, we
yeah,
all had pets." And that's
and
whenever you find out how much of a monster,
Halsey is, yeah,
Halsey is. She's like,
yeah,
"Well, where's your pets?" Like, "Oh, it was all, it wasn't all just, serious. We had pets, we had fun." And
yep,
then you find out, you're gonna have to watch it. No spoiler, it's there.
yeah.
But you're just
But
like, "Oh," and then it
I
makes
think
her double think some things.
it does. I think Kai like taking that out though, like maybe Keys would have still thought that they were AI, but since she took her emotional pellet out, I think that's when she's like, she kind of knows
Exactly.
something's wrong because they're
And
not supposed to
it,
act like that.
she even warns her at the end. She goes, "Hey, Halsey doesn't like things, how'd she put it?"
Not right, not perfect.
Yeah,
She likes
yeah,
everything perfect.
yep. And
So,
once you start acting out of, your, what is it, unpredictable. Like
yep,
she made you. So
for
when
a
you
reason.
start doing things that, you know, thinking on your own, basically, she goes,
Yeah,
"There's a problem," and
it's
she
no
doesn't
good.
like that.
No, but I mean, I find it good though that they kind of like Kai kind of went against everything. It was like, hey, John did it. He's my chief. Like he is the
Yep,
master. I'm doing what he's doing. Like I seen it.
yep.
But my thing
I
is
went,
too though is like why was she watching if she was like an AI? You know what I mean? Like what was she doing
yeah.
sitting there? Like was she
Just maybe
already?
maybe she went to go check on him or something like,
Yeah,
"Hey, you doing all right?" And then realized he was, taking the knife, and then that's when
yeah,
Halsey was like, Cortana goes and tells mom, "Hey, he's doing some things," and she
yeah.
goes, "Oh, well, go along, help him. Don't make him." You know what I mean?
Hurt himself to just help him out. Like show him that you're an alliance pretty much with him.
Trust, yeah,
Yeah,
gain his
yeah.
trust, but knowing she's reporting back to Halsey, which I didn't like. I was like, "What is this?" But
I
like I
think
said, that's
eventually.
how it develops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I think eventually Cortana is gonna go on his side. Cause then when they get to his home planet, Adareth, I mean it is Mars. I mean it's Saturn. So the rings and stuff. That was just
oh,
phenomenal.
so
I thought.
perfect.
Um.
You have a picture of that, Eugene?
So they what? So they get there and
Oh, it was great. It was really good CGI on that, or whatever you want to call it. The graphics on that were amazing.
yeah, it was.
They did really good on that. And like you said, they fly in there, and then they find where he thinks it's buried. In his visions,
Yeah.
he unburies this box, and that's whenever Halsey's looking at assistants like, "Oh no, like he's about to find some shit." Like you can tell she's hiding something. Like she knows more than she's putting off. Open the
Yes.
box, it's drawings, more drawings.
Yes. And then they go into the house and Cortana actually helps him out a lot.
Yeah,
She sort of shows him
through his HUD,
yeah.
what it used to look like
Yep.
with the information that she was given, and the house starts, reappearing
Yep.
just like it was brand new. And then where he tries to go to his room, and it's corrupted data. Like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. There's not really any pictures of it yet. But yeah, so I
That's
mean
all right.
and then
It,
so after that like she stops doing it, Cortana does because he starts to remember stuff
he's
that wasn't
seeing,
there.
yep, he's seeing things that isn't in his HUD, that Cortana isn't projecting,
Yep.
and Halsey's like, "What is going on?" He's thinking for his own. He's having his own memories, his
Yeah.
own flashbacks,
He's watching
and that's whenever you
himself.
find out more. Yeah, he's watching himself draw as a
Yep.
child, and then you find out more about Halsey. But we're not going to get into that. You got to
No.
watch it.
Yeah, that was good though. It was good.
It reveals a lot. You're like, I knew something was up with her.
Yep.
She's acting weird, and she's really skeptical of Master Chief now. She doesn't know anything about the other. What's
The
her name? I keep forgetting. Who's it? It isn't
which one?
Ritz.
Miranda Keys.
The other one, the
Spartan
Spartan
Kai.
Kai.
Yeah, she doesn't know Kai or anything.
Yep, she doesn't know that she took out her thing. I'm sure she probably does know, but
Yeah, she'll eventually know.
she stole away. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
she's definitely gonna see it because I'm wondering if
Because once you pull that out, there's no more data. There's no more. So there's like, what
no more
happened? You
emotional.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's got to be in their computers that they're not registering anything for her emotions anymore. So she is getting emotions. It's like Cortana could tell like whenever his blood pressure was getting high, like he was
Just
nervous.
everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
so she like
Anxious and
yeah
stuff.
she
Yep.
could tell that.
The series is getting good. It
It
is
is. This is
seriously picking up. I'm
the
excited to see the one tomorrow that comes out Thursday,
yep
Paramount Plus.
yep. Yeah, because the ending was good. It kind of ended off like they're going in the cave and like I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do down there, but like it ended
Yeah,
perfect. Of like, all right, well I
yeah.
gotta watch episode 5 because I want to see what they
What's going
actually
on?
find because they don't
Did
give you
they
no information
find
about it.
that? Yeah, they don't give you anything. You
Yeah,
don't. He went through that planet to find the other artifact, dug up some pictures, and you got to watch the rest of the that show to see
yep,
that the rest of that episode.
and then
And
you can watch the one tomorrow.
exactly, it leaves off. It kind of gives you little cliffhangers. You're like, oh, but
But it's still good though. Like I don't
it's
understand
very
why it
good.
is getting a lot of bad reviews, but I can see why because you guys are so used to the Halo games. Maybe if
Games,
you're
yeah.
younger, but
I
like
mean, he's never taken off his helmet. That's my only pet peeve. You
yeah,
take off your Master Chief takes his helmet off the first episode.
yeah,
Come on, that's my only pet peeve. But I get it. I mean, you
me
got the
too.
got a good actor. I understand how they're playing it
Yep.
out and where
They
they're
had to show
going with it.
Pablo because Pablo, honestly, he is a great actor. I mean,
He
that
is.
he's got some good movies.
And the way he acts, like with the facial expressions, like you believe that he didn't have any emotions or anything.
Yep.
He believed
Yeah.
he was Master Chief, and then
Yep.
he starts, taking that pellet out. He starts taking things out, and then he's starting to come through. He's
Yep.
starting to act more humanistic, and then he goes out for a walk. He's like petting dogs. He's listening to music. He goes, "Man, this is beautiful. This is
Yep.
what I've been missing."
Yeah. He
And that's what
travels too.
Soren's been trying to tell him, like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
gotta take that thing out. You're
Yeah.
not living."
He travels too. He goes to the on the train or whatever. Travels
Hmm.
away for a little bit.
Yep.
Um.
Never took the subways or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
So like he is starting to do things he never did as when he was younger because he was, and you also find out like Halsey's been there ever since he was young, and he's finding that out. He's like, you were at my house, like I seen
Mhm.
you, you were flipping coins with me. So he's trying to
Somebody's
figure that
lying
out too.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's trying to
What
figure that
happened
out
to
too.
his parents? Why was he an orphan?
That's my
Why
thing.
was he taking so long?
I want to see what happened to his parents because
Me
Soren
too.
killed his dad after he remembered. He said it
Yep.
took him like a couple years to remember it. I killed my dad,
Yeah.
so I
Yep.
want to know even if Halsey killed him, you know what I mean? Obviously, something had to have happened
Something
because
happened
there's
that
no
they all an orphan. And
there's no
that's another
covenant
thing.
there. You know what I mean? You
You
don't see
seen
nothing from the covenants or
you
battles or
see what
anything.
100 some Spartans, right? Obviously Master Chief is Spartan 117.
Yep.
Where are they all at?
Yeah.
There's only four.
Yeah. You have 28, 125, 134, and then
Yep.
Master Chief 117. But I think there had to be 150 because she said she was making 150 clones as
That's
Cortana's.
what I was thinking. Yep. And we
But
only
the
got one.
yeah, they were down to one, and it was Halsey's brain code, DNA, I guess you could say, something like that.
And that's why
So
I like Halo 3. He's like, "Oh, I could have chose anyone, and
yeah,
I wanted to choose Master Chief."
yeah, something like
Cortana is so good. It's picking up. I
it
do
is.
like it.
It's
I like
picking
the
up.
way the CGI or whatever you want to call it, how it looks too whenever she appears and stuff. Like,
Yes,
she
it kind of looks
looks
real.
believable.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like an actor who could be a hologram, which is nice.
Hmm.
Um, I guess the one thing my knock would be even like the Spartans, the clunkiness, I guess, to them. But I guess they would
Yeah,
be though. I mean, you would have to be because you're in a suit and it's kind of metal, so I guess you're kind of not used to it.
exactly.
Um, yeah. So I mean, it still was good though. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. I know a lot of people aren't, but I actually am enjoying it. But I mean, like I said, leave comments. I mean, leave us a
We're gonna watch another
opinion.
2 episodes and do a review like we've been
Yes,
doing,
yeah, which
but
is
in
nice.
the meantime, I believe next Tuesday we're gonna do a movie. We're gonna jump back into the horror, the scary. What were we thinking there, Hub?
What, that Choose or Die on
Yeah,
Netflix?
Choose or Die, and that's on
It just came
Netflix.
out. I think like 2 days ago, yesterday or something like that. It just came out. It's about a game called set back like in 1980s or whatever. So you have like a there's a prize pool. I guess this girl, she's trying to get the prize pool for her because she just lost her job. She's going
Yeah.
um But the thing is the game is like it's real life almost. It gives you a choose this or choose that. If you don't choose it, you die. But if you do choose what it is, the person or whatever it is will do it. So I know like in the previews of trailers, you'll see she's asked, do you want her to break more glass or do you want her to pick it up? Obvious answer.
Oh,
Everybody's gonna
clean
say
it up.
clean it up. Well, for her to
Yeah,
clean it up,
she eats it.
yeah, she starts swallowing
I'll
the
start
glass.
cleaning it up.
Yes. So
And you're
honestly,
like,
you should have
oh,
said break more.
oh.
You should have.
Yeah.
Um,
So it looked good. It looked like a decent movie. I mean that,
yes.
and it's free on Netflix if you got
Yeah.
Netflix.
Just try it out,
You
see
guys
what
can
happens.
wanna,
But
yeah,
I
watch
started
it.
watching
And
like 10 minutes of it just to see if we wanted to watch it. It's not bad so far. I mean, it definitely starts out really weird. It definitely does. This guy's and his wife and his son, the fucking kids out there smoking a cigarette, acting like he's 20 something. And I think he's only like 15, honestly. To tell you the truth. His mom's yelling at him saying, "Hey, you can't do that." And he's like, "Well, Dad didn't even like, he didn't even help nothing. He didn't say nothing." But he's always been. I guess he's in his room playing games all the time. I mean, who knows? He might have a job doing that. I don't know. But he's in like a man cave. So that's where it kind of starts out. They're yelling, and then he's
we're
told,
excited to check that out
yeah, so I think we're definitely gonna check that one out. So we'll give you guys a review on that one on
for sure.
Tuesday at 5 o'clock this
Tuesday.
time for sure. We kind of took yesterday off. We played a Halo campaign, which we are gonna finish that today.
Hey, you gotta stick with that Halo 3, starting it over. The
Yeah, which
campaign
I
on
have never
Legendary.
played the campaigns after two, so he's making me play three. We're
Yeah,
playing on Legendary. We're only like 3 or 4 missions in, so we're actually gonna get into
yeah,
that
it's
right
good
after this.
for sure.
If you guys want to stick around and watch, if not, I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, 5 o'clock. It is going to be next week, Tuesday. And we're going to have this on YouTube on
Tuesday.
Saturday. If you guys
Yep.
want to watch that, leave a like on there, share. I mean, leave a comment. If you guys
Yeah,
want
we
to
want to hear
jump
your
in,
thoughts. You
yes,
guys like the Halos? What do you like? Are you giving it a bad review? How are you liking
yes,
it? I'm enjoying it.
I
I'm
am.
enjoying it.
If you guys want to jump in and do this with us, if you guys want to jump into Discord, well, I'll plug you guys in.
More
We
than
can all
welcome.
talk
Come on.
together. Yeah,
Right.
get more comments, get more reviews, get more
It's all about the
yes,
community.
nos. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. We're just trying
If
to,
you got a movie you want us to watch,
yeah.
we can all talk about.
If you guys even got
So,
a movie you guys
go
want us to watch all together, I mean, we'll hop on this. We'll put it on the TV over here, and we'll all watch
mhm.
it. Um,
Live.
yes. But if you guys want to watch Batman, which he hasn't watched yet, which he needs to, it's three
It
hours.
looks
It is
good. Looks good.
fantastic. That was a good one too. But like I said, like the reviews on this and Halo, they are pretty bad. So we're kind of not happy about that. But we'll get over it. We'll get over it because we like it. We enjoy it.
Exactly.
All right, we're actually gonna get into some Halo. That is
Halo
it for
3
the this part of the stream.
for
We're gonna
sure.
start up a Halo stream now on the campaign. If you guys want to stick around, I mean, you
I'm
guys can even
enjoying
play
them.
if you want, and we can go up to 4 people.
Yep, absolutely. Jump
All
in.
right, this is
More the
Rated
merrier.
H. I am out. I'm Hub,
I'm Hunter.
and we will see you guys on Tuesday at 5.